my name is Audre Young-Huggins, and I'm a third year studying fisheries and wildlife conservation biology with a concentration in conservation biology. I use the she/they pronoun series. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm a student ambassador here on the Warner College recruitment team. I'm one of your hosts for the very first season of the Warner Corner, a series made by students for students to learn everything there is to know about the Warner College of Natural Resources. Today, we're diving into something every Colorado State University student should know about: outdoor recreation. Whether you're a seasoned adventurer or just dipping your toes into nature, Colorado, Fort Collins, and CSU offer incredible ways to get outside and explore. So grab your gear and let's get started. Colorado is an unlimited playground for outdoor enthusiasts. From its iconic 14ers to world-class ski resorts, this state has it all. You can hike, bike, ski, climb, or even kayak your way through some of the most beautiful landscape in the country. Fun fact, did you know Colorado has 58 peaks over 14,000 feet, or 14ers? Climbing them, or bagging 14ers, is a badge of honor for outdoor lovers here. And if you're into mountain biking, Crested Butte is actually one of the sport's birthplaces. Pretty cool, right? And we gotta talk about our very own Fort Collins. This city is a hub for outdoor fun with miles of trails, stunning parks, and nearby gems like Horsetooth Reservoir. You can hike, paddleboard, or just chill by the water there. Fort Collins is also a platinum-level bike-friendly city with over 200 miles of bike lanes and trails. Whether you're hitting the road or exploring mountains, it's a cyclist paradise. You can see our biking episode to learn more about that. Now, let's bring it back to CSU. Outdoor adventures are built into campus life. Did you know our outdoor rec center has a 55-foot climbing wall? A perfect place for beginners and pros alike. The outdoor program here at CSU is another gem. And if you're looking for an off-campus getaway, check out the CSU Mountain Campus. Nestled in the Poudre Canyon, it's the ultimate spot for hiking, team building, and even stargazing. The Mountain Campus is Warner College's home away from home, and students can plan day trips during the open season mid-May to early October. If you want to study outdoor recreation, we have a natural resources tourism program in our Human Dimensions of Natural Resources department here at the Warner College. We also did an episode on our wilderness programs if you want to learn more about the courses offered in the Natural Resources Tourism program. We talked to a couple Warner students to learn more about outdoor recreation opportunities around CSU. Now we're going to talk to one of our Human Dimensions and Natural Resource students here at the Warner College of Natural Resources. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Josie Farwell. I'm a senior in the HDNR program, and I really had a good time in my experience here.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about your hometown and maybe some of your favorite outdoor activities for a little icebreaker?
Yeah, I'm from the thick and dark, cold woods of New Hampshire, which kind of made my love for skiing happen. And I didn't really start climbing until I came out here, but I'd say skiing and climbing, and most recently highlining, is my passion, but just spending time in the outdoors overall.
Do you want to describe what the Human Dimensions major is kind of all about?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe when people ask me about it. I'm like, oh, it's a mouthful, Human Dimensions of Natural Resources. But it's basically like the social science behind humans in the environment, like regarding human conflict, and just like why we like to spend time in nature and what it does for our well-being. I also work for the Nature and Wellbeing Research Group, so with Sarah Walker. So I really like exploring that stuff.
Awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit more about some of your work in undergrad research in that group?
Sure. Yeah, I'm just a research assistant, so I'll do like some science communication. I'll turn like their 30-page reports into something that the public can understand in a nice, pretty Canva like infographic. But basically, it seems obvious, like humans in nature is good for our well-being, but I guess there needs to be science to back that up. So that's what we do. Yeah.
So cool. So what kind of brought you to the Warner College in general?
Well, I came in undecided. I took a gap year after high school, didn't know what I wanted to do. until I met somebody at the climbing gym at the CSU rec who told me about HDNR. And I was like, wow, that sounds perfect, right up my alley. Not a lot of science. Social science is a science, but, no calculus or anything like that. So yeah, and I just really gravitate towards the outdoors. So that sounded perfect for me.
Cool. What's been one of your favorite parts of your major so far, too?
I think the community inside it, it's a pretty small major, so you get to know everyone in your classes really well, and I feel like everyone has similar interests and values. So yeah, just exploring other people in the college.
Awesome. What's your favorite class that you've taken so far for human dimensions?
I'm not biased, but Sarah Walker's class, Environmental Conflict, I love that one. It helps you with like real world skills too, not just like conflict in a professional setting, that conflict at home or with your friends. Like it just really helped me, and there's a lot of good exercises in there.
Awesome. Cool. Do you want to talk about some more ways you've kind of gotten involved with like the CSU or Fort Collins or Warner community in your major?
Yeah, totally. I started with the Alpine Club when I was a freshman to get into climbing. I kind of propelled my career there. And then the highlining community and slacklining community I've met like two summers ago, which has been really great. There's a ton of students in that, even though it's not like a CSU affiliated club or something like that. But yeah, everyone is just so friendly in Fort Collins and willing to, help you propel your career in whatever you want. I also took the wilderness leadership, I think it's called, course, and became a TA for that, which has helped me make so many connections and kind of realize what I want to do in the future, as far as guiding and environmental education. So that's been a really good experience.
Cool. Do you want to talk about a little bit more how you got into that class and TA for it?
Yeah. So I took it my spring semester, my junior year. It was the backcountry skiing and whitewater rescue course. And the professor, Ethan Billingsley, approached me on one of the last days of class asking if I wanted to be a TA for that, because I have a lot of experience with backcountry skiing. I don't really have much with whitewater, but yeah, so he asked me, and my good friend was the other TA, so it's just been a great partnership and honestly friendship between Ethan and all the other TAs. It's a super fun job, and I've learned so much and became much better at talking to the in public spaces, and teaching. It's a hard skill. You wouldn't think it's that hard to learn, but it's really hard to teach and talk in front of people and sound like you know what you're doing.
What advice would you give someone kind of maybe thinking about coming to the CSU community, or is it coming in previous or upcoming semesters? And is coming to Warner College. Very interested in it.
I would say explore all the clubs and majors and minors that there are. CSU has so many majors and minors, and coming into CSU, I didn't know that. So I would definitely say explore those and talk to your professors. Those are the best connections that you can make, and that will help your college career so much.
Cool. So this is going to be a two-part question. So my first question is do you have kind of an interest with either getting people outside or the social science aspect as a career after college?
Yeah, totally. Working with Sarah Walker has helped me realize that, and Ethan Billingsley. I think getting people outside is really important for people's overall well-being. So I definitely enjoy that, and my main goal is to have a career that I enjoy doing, and I think for that to be true, it needs to be outside for me.
And how would you say the Human Dimensions program has kind of prepared you to go out in the world and succeed in those careers?
Yeah, I think just the amount of jobs I could get with it, that was one of the first things that attracted me to it. It was this whole list of jobs that they show you that are all outside. And I think Human Dimensions is so broad that it could apply to a lot. And And so, yeah, something like environmental education or guiding, get a college degree to go be a guide, but definitely has helped me realize my passion for getting people outside who, may not have the resources or access to do so.
Hey everyone, we're going to be talking a little bit more about our outdoor program here at CSU, and today we brought a special guest on, Madigan. So we're going to have her introduce herself, tell us her name and pronouns, major, hometown, her position at the outdoor program, and her favorite outdoor activity.
Yeah, so I'm Madigan Jeffries. I use she, her pronouns. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, but I like it out here a lot better. I am in the Warner College. I'm a student with Human Dimensions of Natural Resources. I'm just regular. I'm a guide. I'm an instructor for our outdoor programs. And my favorite outdoor activity to do is climbing.
Do you want to give us a little bit more of a general overview of what the outdoor program is here at CSU?
Yeah, so the outdoor programs is through the rec center, and it kind of includes the climbing wall, the gear rental desk, as well as our actual guided program, which leads trips outside. And that's what I'm mainly here to talk about is our program trips that we lead. So we do a lot. When the weather is still warm, we like to lead climbing, hiking, and backpacking trips, which is what we're mostly focused on. And then we shift to more winter-oriented stuff like mountaineering, skiing, snowboarding, backcountry skiing, snowboarding, ice climbing, snowshoe hiking, etc.
That's awesome. What could you expect on one of these outdoor program trips? Like, is there food provided? How long are they?
Yeah, so we have like 2 different kinds of trips that we lead out, really. We have like day trips, which could be a hiking trip or a climbing trip, and that's just going to be like 8 a.m. to the afternoon. And food isn't provided on the day trips, but we do provide all the gear that you could possibly need. So that's why I find the outdoor programs really awesome, is because it makes accessing new outdoor sports super easy when all of the gear is provided for you. We also do have extra clothing and like shoes and boots and everything. So we'll be providing all the gear, and we provide transportation out to wherever we may go. We like to go everywhere in Colorado. We have also some trips up in Wyoming and some trips in Utah. But those will be more of our overnight trips. So for hiking or for backpacking and climbing trips, sometimes we may go overnight and camp out. And in that case, food is provided, still the transportation and the gear, but also like breakfast and dinner. So it's really awesome. And it depends on what trip you're going on, but you can tend to expect some like freedom in the choice of when you get there. You can decide as a group, like if you're on a backpacking trip, oh, we want to do this fun little day hike on this whole trip to like a little lake, or we want to go climb at this spot that's like over here instead. So it's really like we are guiding, but we also like to let the kids, the participants kind of decide like, what are we feeling today? What do we want to do? So yeah.
Awesome. How many people are generally on these trips too? Are they big trips? Are they like super small?
So it kind of depends on which trip it is. We have anywhere from like 5 to 10 spots per trip, depending on like resources and stuff. Like I think our ice climbing trips maybe are a little bit more limited on openings due to like gear availability and everything. But like our backpacking trips typically are open to like 10 participants. So yeah, it kind of depends on what trip you go on, but you could be in a smaller group. And I've taught a lot of classes where it's like definitely more like not one-on-one, but more focused instruction, or like you could have a big fun group that's like a little bit more social.
Awesome. And now let's say for someone who's never really been outside before, or maybe never tried snow sports before, are those programs open to them? Can they sign up too?
Yes, we actually love having beginners come on our trips. Most of our trips are called Intro to Skiing or Intro to Climbing for that reason. It's super accessible to beginners, but we're also definitely adaptable to like if we have a beginner on the trip and we have somebody that's really good on the trip. Since we have different instructors, like multiple instructors, we can kind of give whatever instruction to whoever is there. So it's really cool since all the gear and is provided and all of our instructors are like super educated and knowledgeable. Yeah, we love being able to teach people something completely new.
Awesome. How would one sign up for one of these trips? And how much do they cost generally too?
So you can find our trip schedule and the sign up forms on the Rec Center website. And if you go on the Rec Center website, you can see on the menu that it has a section for outdoor programs. And in there, that's where you can sign up through your CSU ID for whatever trip you want to go on. Or at the Rec Center itself, at the gear rental desk, we have QR codes that will pull up that same link. And then each trip kind of depends on the cost, depends on what we're doing. So the climbing, like the short little afternoon climbing trips are going to be cheaper than like our big ski days where you get a pass to a resort and everything. But it's still, everything ranges from like 10 up to like, I think $200, depending on if it's like a big overnight trip to a ski resort or like just a day hike. But they're very affordable when you take into account that we provide all of the gear and all the transportation and food sometimes. So
awesome. So now switching gears a little bit to gear rental. How does the gear rental program here at CSU work?
Yeah, so some of the gear that's provided on our trips is definitely a lot more niche. And so we don't have all of the gear at the gear rental desk. Like we don't have we don't have split boards or anything at the gear rental desk. But at the gear rental desk, we have still a really big availability of gear to rent out from. Your basic like solid camping stuff, sleeping bags, tents, pads. We have like stoves. So the gear rental desk, how it works is it costs $25, and that's a one-time fee for a semester pass. And then after you get that semester pass, you can come into the gear rental desk all semester and get whatever gear you need. And we'll have weekend rentals as well as weekday rentals. But yeah.
Where can one find the gear rental desk at CSU?
Yeah, so if you head to our rec center, you'll walk right in the doors, and directly to your right will be the climbing wall. It's pretty noticeable. And then it's the room right behind the climbing wall and that desk right there. You should see the sign above, and it just says Outdoor Resource Room. And that's where you can find our gear rentals and also ask about information about our program trips as well.
Awesome. So I've heard around that you guys offer different wilderness certifications. Do you want to tell us what certifications you guys offer and how to get involved with that?
Yeah, so we offer WFR, which is our Wilderness First Rescue, and WFA, Wilderness First Aid classes, as well as our ARI Level 1 Rescue and 2 courses. And our ARI is going to be our avalanche education courses.
Awesome. Could you tell us who can get involved with these certifications? Is it only specific to HDNR majors or Warner majors, or is it open to the whole campus?
Yeah, so if you're just a student here at CSU, it is open to you completely. You don't have to be any specific major or involved in the outdoor programs. Anyone is welcome to sign up for these certifications.
Awesome. And then could you tell us a little bit about the cost of the programs and when these programs happen kind of during the school year?
Yeah, so we are going to end up offering these courses both semesters. We have our ARI as well as the Rescue and WFR coming up in November and December. And then we also have those same programs run again in January and February. And these courses, if you sign up through the Rec Center website, are actually offered to CSU students at a discounted rate. So you can get them for a lot cheaper than you normally would if you sign up through the Rec Center. And you can actually find that just on the regular Rec Center website under outdoor programs, and it shows up the same as like any other trip or class, and you can sign up through it there.
So whether you're scaling a 14er, biking around Fort Collins, or tackling the climbing wall right here on campus, there's no shortage of ways to get outside and explore. Have a favorite outdoor spot or activity? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. Be sure to check out the description of this episode for links to our other episodes or to learn more about our majors. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. See you out there, Rams!